President Donald Trump needed his Diet Coke opened up before his eyes when dining. See hotel while First Lady Melania Trump would send back her dinner if it had the details about the needs of the former first couple and their A-list Republican friends appears in a new article in Washingtonian magazine, which spoke to former staff at the Trump International Hotel in Washington, D.C. about what happened when the president came to dinner. Trump rarely went out anywhere in the nation's capital except his namesake hotel, which sat about 5 blocks from the White House, and he always sat at table 72, a round booth in the middle of the Trump Hotel's mezzanine, which was in the center of the action and impossible to miss. The table was always waiting on the president even if that meant it sat empty night after night should Trump not. A standard operating procedure document, obtained by Washingtonian, outlined step by step what should happen when Trump dined at BLT Prime, the hotels for Trump's requirements, as outlined by the magazine. As soon as Trump was seated, the server was to discreetly present a mini bottle of Purell hand sanitizer, even pre-COVID. Trump is a known germaphobe. Then, the server had to say, "Good time of day, President. Would you like your Diet Coke with or without ice?" The details on pouring the soda were 7 steps long and illustrated with 4 photos. The Diet Coke had to be opened in front of Trump and never beforehand. The server was to hold a long neck bottle opener by the lower third of the handle in one hand and the Diet Coke, also by the lower third. The drink was to be placed at Trump's right-hand side. Repeat until POTUS. Trump always had the same thing to eat: shrimp cocktail, well-done steak, and fries, plus sometimes apple pie or chocolate cake for dessert. Popovers, a double serving, had to be served within 2 minutes and the crustaceans immediate. The server had to open mini glass bottles of Heinz ketchup in front of Trump, taking care to ensure he could hear the seal make the pop sound. Additionally, a tray of junk food needed to be available for every Trump visit. It was to contain Lay's potato chips, specifically sour cream and onion, Milky Way, Snickers, Valley Granola Bars, Tic Tacs, gummy bears, chips Ahoy, Oreos, Nutter Butters, Tootsie Rolls, chocolate-covered raisins, and Pop-Secret.Melania Trump also had her quirks, such as no garnishes. She once sent back a Dover sole because it was dressed with Trump wouldn't send back his food but once complained when a dining companion had a bigger steak than he did. The restaurant ordered supersized shrimp in a 40-ounce tomahawk for the then president, and he was a heavy consumer of Diet Coke, drinking multiple glasses a day. He had a special button on the Resolute Desk in the Oval Office that he could press when he needed. During the Trump administration, his hotel in downtown D.C. was the place to see and be seen for Republican stars and McAfee. Trump made $40.8 million in 2018 alone from his Washington property. The family faced criticism it was violating the emoluments clause of the Constitution by running the hotel while Trump sat in the Oval. The Trump Organization was trying to sell it in the final years of Trump's presidency, but many thought its $500 million price tag was. Lobbyists drank at the bar. Trump friends and family stayed there when in town. The Republican Party held fundraisers in its ballrooms, and journalists met with sources for an overpriced drink. And hotel staff were prepared for anyone bold-faced GOP name that may come. Senators and cabinet members and all of their staffs and the president's staff, important members of the Republican Party, mega-church pastors, my pillow guy. He was a VIP, absolutely. Former executive chef Sean Matijevich told Wash the hotel would print us a book every day, if they were staying at the hotel, and it would have their pictures and their name and their job. And some Trump White House staff demanded to be treated like stars. On one occasion, when the kitchen took forever with OPIC's order, she told the staff, "Don't you know who I..." The manager apologized profusely and then sent out a dessert storm, including a crepe souffle and a cheesecake lollipop drink. But the most notorious VIP was Rudy Giuliani, Trump's private attorney who would camp out all day at a booth on the lower level of the. He did more work than eating, so the staff made up a nameplate that read Rudolph W. Giuliani private office that they would place on it when he was there. The biggest pain in my butt was Giuliani, a former manager at the hotel told the magazine. In contrast, the Trump children were described as low-key and polite. Former staff said the only salacious thing they could remember about Ivanka, who designed the hotel's signature spa, was she once showed up in yoga pants and indulged in a single margarita. They just came in, did their thing, and left, said former Assistant General Manager Eliza Oblak of the. Ivanka would sit with her back to the rest of the dining room. She didn't really want to be seen there, necessarily. Tiffany also made occasional appearances when she attended Georgetown Law School, but more often than not she would make reservations and then not show.